And welcome to another edition of JCN's Gameplay and Waffle, and we are in the Division 2. Now, I am returning to this game after too long a time, and I was completely unaware of how much work they have been doing. Of course, there are ongoing seasons which continue the storyline after the expansion Warlords of New York, and I have started the new season there. But what's also nice, if I bring up, if I can navigate to the right place, so the way those work are that you have to fulfill certain objectives in different areas of the world map to collect intel, and you have 4 separate areas, and then what happens is you gather enough intel to unlock the main story mission. But what they've done now is that you can actually go back and replay the story missions of the past entries. So if you haven't actually done them in the past, you can catch up with the story by doing the main story mission unlock of the past entries to bring you up to speed. But I'm not doing that at the moment. What I'm doing at the moment is simply a daily project. So within the division, again, if you look at the map, you get different projects, some for weekly, some in specific multiplayer game modes. I'm just doing the daily project. I've been playing for over the third day I've been playing since I've got back now. So I'm pretty much acquainted with it again. It didn't take me too long to get back into it. So this whole running alongside this, the big news that I didn't have any idea about was something called Project Resolve. And what Project Resolve is a huge overhaul of bug fixes and improved stability for the game. It was a huge install. To play the Division 2 again, I had to download, and you would have to download if you haven't been concurrent with the game, 80 gigs worth of updates. Almost the size of downloading, say, Call of Duty. Um, but what I've noticed over the last 48 hours of playing the game is that the game is much more stable. The frame rate is much more stable. In the past, although I always felt that the Division 2 ran well, considering it's an always online game, not as well as, say, Final Fantasy 14, but the audio, there were problems with the audio constantly dropping out. And I have to say that issue seems to have been pretty much ironed out. The audio is stable. I'm not getting dropouts. There are fewer instances where well, actually, no instances where I'm running ahead on the map and then enemies are just appearing because the delay in them appearing as I enter that area um, means that you get suddenly surrounded by a group of enemies that just respawn. That seems to have all been resolved as well. I'm actually in New York, the expansion map. I've covered Warlords of New York in a review on this channel. By all means, check that out. So what we're going to do now, I thought it would be fun, is just do these daily objectives. And for this project, really what I'm doing is just running around and completing random activities. I need to do 3 of those and then resupply a friendly control point. You can see that on the left, and then I get all of that bump there for rewards. So it's well worth doing. As ever, or since the Warlords of New York, you have progression in the forms of the SHD watch. I thought my level was quite good at 395. I was quickly corrected when I came back into the game. There are many players who have thousands of points at this point. There's a very strong community for the Division 2, and the developers have rewarded them by basically overhauling the game and putting it in good stead for their 5th year. So it's the channel's 5th year, it's the Division 2's 5th year, and the Division 2 was the first game I reviewed on the channel, so it's all symbiotic. So anyway, we're going to go now. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to this control point. Let's do a control point. Let's see how it goes. And considering this is a last gen game, I am running it on the PlayStation 5. You can run it on current gen consoles. It looks absolutely fantastic. It still holds up. So you also hear about golden bullets. There is, I'll show you that in a minute, there is an event going on. So in the season, in each season you get different types of events which you activate for rewards, and this golden bullet event is that enemies will create a special golden bullet, which is basically a one-hit kill. But if you can kill them, you nick the golden bullet, and so that makes you much more powerful. Let's go over here. See, so yellow bar indicates that that enemy was creating a golden bullet. Now, I have been caught out quite a few times on some of the missions that would be pretty straightforward by that golden bullet. Now, hold on. Okay, we'll go here. Looks like that control point got retaken. So I have to do the activities in this area, which is a civic area, and not two bridges. That's a different area. What we have now, it's up here, I think. Didn't it just say it was here? I'm getting a little confused because it didn't mark it on the map. Did I deselect it? It's here. I'm in the area. So we're going to have to watch out. Look at the mini map, see if any red markers come up. There's some. You can hear that. Ka-ding! That's the golden bullet. That one's trying to get one going. And you can see that it just turns my assault rifle into like a minigun. And I need that. And I need space because I get surrounded. That's a medic. I'm gonna get rid of him. Come on. It's hidden behind that cover there. Really, you should prioritize the medics, the ones with the little cross, red cross on them, because of course they can rejuvenate all the other enemies. So you can, if you don't do that, some things are really difficult to get at them. What happens is you just keep getting enemies respawning. That's pretty straightforward. Did well there. Now, getting loot all the time. It is a shooter looter, and the loot is very important for lots of different things, for completing projects and for upgrading your equipment. So we've did that. So that's one done. Now we're going to try and find another one. We got here, this one here. And that +1 means that because I've just completed an objective, it's raised the difficulty automatically. And I think there are 4 levels of difficulty that it adds, and if you can complete a checkpoint on the highest difficulty, you get some really nice rewards usually. Now, when I first returned to the Division 2, I kept trying to press, I think it's R3, instinctively, because I wanted to scan the environment, just like Assassin's Creed Valhalla. So the review for Dawn of Ragnarok is days away now. Literally, it should be up and running by the weekend. I'd say too much about it here, but it is a phenomenal expansion. A lot to do. But I will cover that more in the actual review. So let's have a look. I mean, graphically, look at this. This is a last gen game. We have this lens flare effect from the sun going through all of those particle effects. You've got particle effects coming off that little tube on the off-center screen, and the fog itself, and the color variation in the sky, the detailing all around the environment. It is incredible. And I remember watching videos by the developers and the actual software that runs this, the game engine, which is a self-learning system. So it just does things by itself and improves. I don't quite know what the bug fixes were about, what they specifically were, but it certainly has stabilized the frame rate. I don't say brought it up, but stabilized it, and that's really important in an online game. And the sound, again, the audio is stable, much more stable. It's not. Before this, it just kept dropping out all the time at times. So you'd be running around and suddenly it was all silent, and just ruined the immersive nature, or the atmosphere of the game, if you like.
Agent received a golden bullet. Detecting additional hostile contact.
Just gotta be careful we don't get trapped. Very difficult to see. Yeah, we've done it. And you can see the golden glow on the character. That's from the golden bullet. And so this golden bullet event is just one of many. In fact, what I'll do right now, I'll bring up the if I go to the right place. So here's the season menu, and you can see these are the ones that I've missed because I've only just rejoined. But you'll see that we're on the Golden Bullet event. Then we have a further part of the Manhunt, the story mission. And then you've got the League event, the Global event, Guardians, an apparel event, another event, another event. You see, just amazing, all load of stuff. So I guess that battery park is the final part of the story mission, and then you just got all of those, and then you get this is season 3, and then there'll be another season after that. So it's really cool. And the latest season's actually about
pretty sure this was the end. Thanks.
A main character called Agent Kelso. Now in the past we've had agents that we've met go rogue, if you like, and turn out not to be who they thought they were. But Agent Kelso's been such an... She's the first main character you meet in Division 2, so if she's gone rogue or doing something, that would be a real surprise. But I got a feeling she's deep undercover or something. But it remains to be seen. So you have this incentive to carry on, not only in terms of leveling up, but to see where the story is going. Right, so we've done that one, so now what? Question mark. Oh, we could do a supply drop. I'd prefer to go to this, see what that's all about. Question mark means that there's something going on, but it's not clear what it is, I think. We'll soon find out when we get closer. Look at that lighting, it's great. So, yeah, I mean, Project Resolve has bolstered and brought up the game even further than where it was. And with the stability of the sound now, the frame rate being better, you've got less, you still get some pop-up, which is the specific term escapes me at the moment, but when the items in the landscape aren't ready as you're going towards the horizon, and then you see them just materialize. But there's less of that. And I haven't experienced another issue that can affect video games is something called screen tear, which is basically what it sounds like. You get like a shimmering effect. I haven't ever really seen that in the Division 2. Certainly not seeing it now. So I think an awful lot of the other bug fixes, aside from stabilizing the game and getting the frame rate up stable.
That can't be good.
Wow. Have been to multiplayer events and they've done a lot of balancing in terms of rewards and things like that. They're always constantly working at the game, which is what I really like about the Division 2. And there's so much to it. It's just so much. If you've never played the Division 2, it is certainly worthwhile picking up. I tend to prefer being a solo player, and there's so much to do.
Golden bullet received.
Count that one. So many environments, and I've said in the past, you know, the level designers have done such a good job. Just try and predict where they're going to go.
Access key detected.
And I should point out that you can set the difficulty of the world, the global difficulty, and I'm on normal. Now my character is, as you can see, just waltzing through most of it. Really, I should probably go up a level, but there's a because I have spent a lot of time on this character, even though not compared to some others, the players. I like the idea. Ooh, oh, it's a marksman rifle. That is not very good. So I think all I have to do is resupply that. So I like the idea that that pays off, and my character's getting more and more powerful. And if I went up a level, you get better rewards, definitely. But the actual map, when I'm running around it, I like to be quite relaxed about it and take my time, and not feel constantly pressured. But of course, with different missions and things within the division. You can set the difficulty as hard as you want, so it doesn't matter about the global difficulty. Anyway, I'm not going to waffle on about that. What I wanted to do, I think I have completed. I wanted to show you the Division 2 running and comment a little bit about the changes. And as ever, it is just a very strong gaming experience and a highly enjoyable one, a very rewarding one. And it's another example of Ubisoft and their subsidiary companies supporting their products long after launch.
Hostile
You
completed the golden bullet.
might, you would expect that from them. What this is classified as a light MMO, but it's great to see them resolved, as in the title, Project Resolved, to do the best they can. Stunning looking game, very entertaining, very rewarding. And so I'm going to leave it there. Thank you very much for watching and listening. Take care.